Okay, so you played with a LeBron-esque figure, Aaron Rodgers. Okay? NFL guys leave all the time. NBA guys generally don't leave Magic and Bird and MJ and LeBron. Okay, if you were a basketball player, I'm sure you probably at some point played hoops, and you made a choice to play football. What do you make of what Kyrie Irving's doing?
Again, from a fan's perspective.
You're not a fan. You're a pro.
I'm a pro,
You're an
but
athlete.
I'm a fan of the game, and I am an athlete. I get it. I don't understand it because I'm not in it. So what Damian Lillard said is there's a lot of truth to that. He hasn't played with LeBron, or he doesn't know LeBron, the teammate.
Would you? Aaron Rodgers could be a diva. You're not walking out the door. You're not walking out the door on Aaron Rodgers, are you?
But understand where Kyrie's at. I personally, if I'm Kyrie, I'm not leaving. If you want your own team, if you're that smart and you're that hyper intelligent, you understand. Yes, is the organization kind of in flux? Maybe. Yes. If LeBron leaves, I get everything that I need. I'm by myself now again. I can prove what I need to prove instead of going elsewhere.
That's an interesting point, that Kyrie can actually, if he really wants to be the man, wait a year, LeBron leaves, and
maybe
you're the man.
He doesn't want it in Cleveland. Maybe he's played there his whole career and he wants to change.
But for me, I just have an issue with someone who has been. It's almost and there's no guarantees in sports.
None.
It's almost a guaranteed lock that they will continue to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals and further to the NBA Finals.
Tell me,
for one more year, because right now in Kyrie's mind, he thinks that LeBron is leaving to go to the
Lakers.
But that's one more year. That's one more year that he has an opportunity to do it. You leave, you go to the Knicks. You go to the T-Wolves, you go to the Spurs. It's much harder in the West to try to get there than it is right now in the East, where you're sitting on top.
But then I guess the question is winning everything. Maybe that's not what he wants. He says, I've already won my championship. Now I want to go start a new challenge.
That's a loser.
Is that possible?
That's a loser.
I've talked to plenty of athletes.
That is definitely possible.
Yeah.
And I see that perspective of it, because having won a championship, don't get me wrong, and I don't want to make it seem like championships aren't everything, but they're not once you have it. Once you have it, that's the pinnacle, that's the goal, that's what you want every single year. But once you've tasted it, you now can experience other things and other ways and other avenues to get that done.
Look, he's shooting more shots than virtually anybody in the NBA not named Westbrook. He's got a title, he's got his money. Maybe he's just spoiled. What more do you want? I want to play in a perfect city. You're playing with the best player. You're getting more shots than anybody not named Westbrook.
I don't think any of us can really understand where he's coming from, because we're not in his shoes.
Yes.
We're not experiencing what he's experienced. When I watch, and I love basketball. I watch a guy who's the most talented player on that team. When it comes to offensively, get me the ball, I can make anything happen.
Doesn't pass, doesn't defend. Yeah, he's the most talented, skilled offensive guy.
But that's the league. Who defends? Who passes?
LeBron, Kawhi Leonard,
LeBron,
Jimmy Butler.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge LeBron fan. And when he's off the court, that team is struggled. Regardless if Kyrie's on the court or not, they've struggled.
4-23 when LeBron's not on the court.
But I truly believe that Kyrie understands that if it were just me, this really wouldn't be what you put around me. This is what you've put around LeBron and I to make sure that LeBron. Again,
LeBron's the best player in the world.
No doubt.
He should
no
call
doubt about
all
that.
the shots.
No doubt about that.
MJ called all the shots.
No doubt about that.
Magic got coaches fired.
But what you're dealing with now is ego. Pippen we didn't have this issue with Pippen. Pippen knew his role.
Yeah, and
he was a superstar that knew his role.
And Kyrie is living a dream. he never has to defend the best player. The best player never defends him. He gets more shots than LeBron. He doesn't have, when the game is over, the microphones all go to LeBron.
I agree.
He can hide from the media.
I agree.
He can date who he wants.
I agree
Nobody
with
cares.
all of that.
And he's not happy?
The one issue that I do have with LeBron in all of this, and again, LeBron is my guy. Like, I love LeBron. But I feel as though he could have gone to Kyrie and said, you know what, this is your team. What does he lose by saying, you know what, this is Kyrie's?
It's not his team.
But he can say that.
Oh,
that's
so he can lie to him.
No, I'm not saying lie to him. You're saying that he takes the most shots in the clutch. Are you giving the ball to LeBron or are you giving it to Kyrie? Be honest.
I like LeBron with the ball late.
No, you don't.
So you can tell Aaron Rodgers needed to go to Greg Jennings. Listen, Greg, this is your team.
No, we're talking two totally different.
No,
a quarterback-driven league versus a wide. That's not even the same.
Well,
that's apples and oranges.
This is a LeBron-driven league.
It's a LeBron.
Is it not?
It is a LeBron-driven league.
He's changing everything.
I do believe that Kyrie has probably been fed up with that.
Oh,
like,
God.
look, is that not fair?
That is
be tired of it.
That's like me complaining about the third boat I own.
Hey,
what kind of complaint is that?
All I'm saying is I'm trying to see it from Kyrie's perspective.
Yeah, and that's the wrong way to see
it. You asked me a question. I'm trying to see it from Kyrie's perspective. I'm not saying I agree with him.
It sounds like you agree with him.
No, I'm just simply saying this is what I feel like Kyrie is probably sitting back at home saying, you guys have no idea what I have to deal with, what I have to put up with. You see the lavish life. It's just like the average fan, the typical or fan of whether it be hockey, baseball, basketball. Everyone wants to be that athlete. They don't want to put in the work that athlete has, but they don't want to endure everything that comes with.
The average guy listening to my show, an average woman makes $42 grand a year. They bust their tail. They would die for this. Kyrie Irving is basically complaining.
Wait. No,
that,
he's not.
Playing with the world's greatest player, I know I get more shots and never have to defend anybody, and the coach is a former point guard, so he totally gets me, and I don't have to talk to the press because LeBron does that. But I got to tell you, I don't get a lot of love.
Maybe that's not what it's about.
I would love to hear from Kyrie. I just want to hear why. The why.
Immaturity?
No.
The why. Because I don't think we will hear immaturity. I don't think we would hear that.
Kyrie, Colin, if you met him, is one of the most mature players. And he's still very young. He's very mature. And he really thinks things out. I think he's like 24.
Have you ever met a mature 25-year-old?
But it's different. When you're a professional athlete, it can go both ways. But you also grow up a little faster.
Yeah.
And he was the leader of his team before LeBron got there.
Why am I the only person here that is...
Because you have to think from his perspective.
Why do I? He's not the best player. Let's think from LeBron's perspective.
But okay, now, if you ask me from LeBron's perspective, now I'll give you a different take.
And by the way, this will be the right take. Go ahead.
See, you're just completely one-sided.
Okay, what's your take from LeBron?
From LeBron's perspective, he has a right to be blindsided if he has no idea of what's taking place.
Right.
I'm looking like, really? After everything that we've accomplished, basically, I came back here not just because of the Cleveland fans and this is home, but because I saw you here and I wanted to play with you, and now you want to leave me?
Wait, you're assuming that Kyrie and LeBron had a good relationship.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of assumptions taking place.
I know. I see what you're saying.
By the way, here's Kyrie Irving's stats with and without LeBron. He's
not
better at. Oh, it's not everything. So the money's not there. So LeBron's
You're
giving
the one who always says the stats aren't everything.
By the way, so you're getting
you are that. That is
yeah.
You do say that.
All right.
You do say.
So LeBron's giving him titles, finals, stats, freedom of media. Doesn't have to play defense.
See, I just
Kyrie wants a happy, like.
Happy.
I don't think
happiness.
God, happy.
You got to understand a guy who's as competitive as a Kyrie Irving. I watched this guy. He has some YouTube posts where he's in a gym, an athletic gym, doing the same things to just everyday Joes that he's doing to guys in the pros right now.
LeBron does that too.
Ultra competitive. My point in saying is, it's not about It's not about the stats. It's not about any of that. It's not about.
What's it about?
It's about him wanting a little bit more recognition and probably feeling like he deserves
more
it.
Recognition. He's the third most talked about basketball player on the planet.
Look, when you look at Cleveland and when you hear, and again, I say all of this, and I'm a LeBron fan.
You don't sound. You're like Broussard. Broussard comes on the show twice a week. I'm a big LeBron fan and bashes him for 10 minutes.
I'm
not defending either guys. All I'm saying is, from LeBron perspective, I would be disturbed. I would be pissed.
Yes.
I would be pissed.
Furious.
But if I'm Kyrie, I'm like, you don't know what I'm putting up with.
Wait, Greg, let me ask you this as a player, because this is what I've heard.
My maid was late 10 minutes yesterday. You don't know what I'm putting up with.
Colin.
No, we would never understand. That's my point. We would never understand.
There's a dog walking on my private beach right now. It is ruining my Starbucks latte.
Maybe that's very upsetting to you. We don't know.
This
We're not
is
going to judge.
Gross.
Wait, Greg, let me ask you this, though, okay? Because what I've heard is that before they won their championship, that whenever they would go on the road, LeBron would go out to dinner, sometimes with the opposing teammates, right? And not with Kyrie and his own team.
God.
And Kyrie didn't like that. How would that feel to you?
I mean,
for example, when they came to play the Clippers, LeBron would be out with Chris Paul and never hanging out with Kyrie.
Personally, I mean, I wouldn't care about that.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't care about that.
Because you're a grown-up.
But I wouldn't care about that for the simple fact that, I mean, in today's NBA,
you hang out with your buds.
Off the field, I mean, we see a Draymond Green and a LeBron go head-to-head every finals as if they dislike each other, as though there's no rapport there. Off the field, you can't separate the two.